and then I can generate this AI edit. And I'm hoping that I'll see a transformed headshot. Oh my god. This is the best one. And it crashed. Hey, everyone's talked so much about vibe coding. Everyone's talked about Cursor, Windsurf, Zed, and all of the other AI coding and programming tools. But I'm coming in from an iOS programming background, and I've seen a lot of people try to use Cursor and Xcode in combination to actually figure out how to build an iOS app. Today, I want to see if a small company called Alex is actually trying to do the same thing as Cursor is doing, but for mobile applications, specifically on iOS. So we'll dive in, we'll try to build a camera application, and camera apps, for those of you who know, are actually very difficult to build on a simulator. You need a real device and play around with that. But we'll take it step by step. We'll try and build an application which essentially takes an image, sends it to the OpenAI API, and then transforms it into a more usable professional headshot. I've also seen similar applications on Twitter and X floating around where people are selling this, but I want to see this entire flow in a single app, and then we'll tack on the camera side of it. I'll try and give it very basic mockups, and I'll try and completely use Alex for end-to-end paired with Sonnet 4. So let's dive in and see how that works. Let's go to the Alex website and just look at what that looks like. Alex sidebar is the name of the coding assistant which came out. So it used to be called Alex Sidebar, and then it changed to Alex Codes. We can also see that it is listed in the YC startup directory. It's actually just called Alex, I think. There you go. And it just joined in fall 2024. So it's still super new. It's still super early. Daniel is the founder, which you're looking at here, and he used to be at 11 Labs before. So it's super cool what he's been able to do, and it's actually just using all the accessibility APIs to control everything that's in Xcode. So without further ado, let's jump into Xcode. I'm actually using a previous version of Xcode because I feel like Alex doesn't really support um, the latest versions. We'll see how that fares. Let's call it Vibe Camera. We won't be writing any tests today, and we don't really need Swift data, so we are absolutely fine. It's a very minimal, simple app, and we'll save it in the projects folder for now. I'll also run Alex, which I have pre-installed, and it's super cool how they actually have the sidebar also change size based on what the Xcode size is. There's an update that's available. I'll update this right now, and we can come back into it again. All right, so yeah, I was saying it has some interesting features. I'll also try to not run it on my device. I'll start by running it only on the simulator first, and then we'll go from there. So I have auto apply set, I have Sonnet 4 here set, and if it gets stuck, we'll try to give it some sort of mockups or visuals using just very basic TL draw images. TL draw is one simple whiteboarding app which I use. So as a reference, this is what I'm trying to build. This is the screen, and we'll have a camera button. Similarly, we'll have a secondary screen, which is going to just show me the loading text. And then we have a third screen, which would show me a grid of various images and avatars which got generated. Actually, not a grid. Let's do a list. So instead of showing a grid, we'll make this into a list view, and so on and so forth. So this is essentially what I want. I'll add a little uh, retry button, and on each of these, I'll have a save button, which can let me save these to my photo gallery. Great. So this is essentially what I want the app to do. For the first step, I'll try to instead of clicking a photograph, I'll try it with a very basic pre-selected photograph, so that we don't have to jump into the device and we can continue to use the simulator for now. So let's look at OpenAI documentation as well, and we can actually put this in as part of the prompt that we sent to Alex. Um, let's create a new project. So create project, wipe camera. For some reason, I can't spell camera today. I have wipe camera here, and I have this API called edit images. Uh, where is it? Images API, and create image edit. So this is the API which I actually want to give to Alex to essentially mock. And I'll do this. I will go here and I will say at web, I am building uh, an app which takes in takes a photo from the photo gallery of a person and then sends it to the OpenAI create image edit API for a quick image edit. We will generate 4 versions of the image and display the results in a list view. Please generate the various views and allow me to select any image from my gallery, put in a custom predefined prompt in the code to generate the edits. So now it's actually looking for, now it's technically going through the documentation which I gave it, and it should just start getting into it. Sometimes it does not work with Xcode. It sometimes is not able to find the right text edit block. So we'll see if it's actually able to do that. So it's already spitting out image edit model, probably something that does connect with the OpenAI API. So we'll see. I'll give it an Open API key, OpenAI API key, and I will actually remove it later on. But for now, let's see how it goes. You'll see that in the video, and we'll come back to it. So in the latest update, they've also added this functionality of auto apply, and that ends up applying the code, running the simulator, uh, taking a photograph of the simulator, validating that the simulator did do what it was supposed to do, and then go back to the code and tell you, all right, I'm done with everything, and that's it. So I don't even need to touch this anymore. It's automatically applying everything, and it's doing its thing. So let's see what it comes back with. It's generating the content view. Once it's done, it should actually update the content view, and it's already added it in. The content view is doing that. So Vibe Camera has started transform your photos with AI. Select photo from gallery. It's again, I think it ran the simulator and it says the build succeeded. It has implemented a so let's see. It says that it has implemented image gallery selection, which is great. It has added the OpenAI integration, which is great. And it has done 4 AI generated variants. Perfect. List view to display and interactive interface. It has asked me to add my own OpenAI key in the image edit model. All right. So let's go in. Let's see the files it has added. It has added one image edit model, and it has 2 of these views. This is the primary view which we start with. I can also go to the image picker view. There is no preview for this one. Um, Okay, what we can do is we can actually add a preview. Hash preview. And we can add, what's the name? Image picker view. All right. Yeah. So it does show me a typical image picker view, which so weird. Okay, it's actually just reusing the image picker view. Cut this piece. Let's cut this piece out. Let's go to the edited image view. There is no preview for this one either. We can try and add a preview for this. Preview, edited image view, and UI image, empty image, system name photo. Is able to pick that up. It's only taking an edited image. Okay, let's ignore previews for now. Let's go to image edit model and let's add our API key and let's see what we actually get back. So going back to I can go to playground, I can go to dashboard, I go to API keys, I create a new secret key and I'll get rid of this later. Uh, Wipe camera, create secret key, copy, paste, and you won't be able to use this actually. And I'm using so let's actually not do anything. Let's just run the code and see what it does. Great. The app runs, the app compiles. That's a very good first step. I hope it runs. I can't see anything on this right now. So that's okay. Select photo from gallery. Perfect. Let's select this photograph and generate AI edits. And it's generating. So that's actually super interesting. All right. So it says that the data could not be read because it says that the data is missing. Now, what we'll do is actually go back here and tell this that this is the exact same thing that's happening. So there are two errors that came up. One is this one, and the other is that. I got an error in the console which says the following, and another which came up in the app itself which says the data couldn't be read because it is missing. Can you please think deeply and fix this issue? It turns out when you say and ask for the model to think deeply or ultra think, it actually does do more. The eligibility playlist is a simulate issue, not critical. All right, the data couldn't be read is missing, suggests the OpenAI API isn't being parsed correctly. Let me check the OpenAI documentation and fix the implementation. All right, so it's going in and trying to search for this. If it doesn't do that, I will actually enable think mode. But right now, I don't want to do that. I just want to continue with Sonnet 4. I actually also don't want to switch over to Opus because it is way more expensive. So we'll see what this API returns and what we can come back to. We can also give it very specific things from my documentation, and we can pick out the curl examples and actually use that as a reference rather than asking it to go search for the web. Search on the web for the API docs rather than asking it to go look at all of that. We can be very specific and go from there. Let's see if it's able to do that. Quick heads up, this next part of the video is me trying to debug an issue which ended up happening within the app. You'll see Alex and all of the large language models struggle. I switch between various systems. I try various things, but all of those are actually related to issues with Xcode and how derived data and simulators work. For some reason, I did not remember how bad that was. But you'll see that these tools also struggle with the same things we developers struggle with day to day. Back to the video. All right, I see a different error, which is so good to see. I see the following error on the simulator. Can you fix it? Okay, it might have been that the simulator was somehow caching the previous builds, and any of the edits that we did in between, it actually wasn't able to do that, wasn't able to take any of that. So maybe I should have done that. Okay, rebuild, device, select, generate AI edits. It's doing something. Did O3 actually fix it? It does take close to 30 to 60 seconds to actually generate an image. If this is really working, that means I'll actually see usage on my API key, uh, which is super cool. So I can go to playground, I can go to dashboard on this, I can see usage. I'll see some usage here, and this should be pretty instant. Holy hell. It did work. It did give me one image though, um, which is great, but this is super cool. All right, I'll go back to my and I'll refresh and I'll see if it actually gives me a cost. So it did use it. One image request. No, yeah, 41 total tokens have been used. Okay, so let's go back here and let's ask it to actually make the results come up in a different screen. Um, this was great. This worked. Now I see a single image as a response. However, I want you to do the following. Show the results on a different screen in a list view as the mockup attached. Add a retry button, which takes me back to the main or parent view where I can restart the process. Also, start multiple image generation edit requests in parallel for me to get 4 images instead of one. Actually, does this have a parameter for me to set in the documentation? Right here, image n. N is the number which I can give it. So request body. I can update the request body myself. Request body is right here. Field n is 4. Ah, okay. Let's do this in this manner. This is this. And I'll go here and I'll go like this. And actually, before I do this, I can say initial running app. Perfect. Generate. Will it generate a correct commit message also for me? Commit. Okay, it did. All right, perfect. So now I've actually asked it to do more things. Uh, Now it starts getting fun because now it's actually working. So um, I was thinking that this should be done within 30 minutes, but I believe it's been longer than 30 minutes. That's okay. I was just trying out Alex. And I think it's also this back and forth, this learning process of actually trying to do something. If I did not know anything about programming, this would have been actually pretty simple for me to do. So, which is cool. So now it's updated the model to include four results, and it's also showing me this additional view. And because I've committed, now I can see exactly what the changes happen. It's asked me to build and run. I will run it and I will see what happens. So I can select photo from gallery, select this one, generate AI edits. It's generating. Now it should automatically direct me to the results, which is four images, one after the other. And hopefully that's exactly what I was looking for. And in terms of the prompt, I will actually make it a different prompt. Vibrant, artistic version with enhanced colors, dreamy, professional aesthetic. I don't want to do that. I can also say, oh, did it fail? Hmm. Fix it, please. So there was some error, which, all right, let's try again. Same image. And yes, it's burning some credits, but that's okay because that's the cost of generating an app, which could possibly make more money for me. Um, Technically, you should have this on the back end, all of this, not necessarily within the iOS app, but I think for the purposes of this demo, the goal was to see if we can actually build something which is usable and runnable, and I think we're getting there, and it is. So it has generated different images, which is super cool. And I can go back or I can retry. Retry takes me back here. I can select another image, generate AI edits. All right, this is super cool. Okay. What I actually want to do now is generate a different prompt to do headshots. So vibe headshot camera, and you can go back here and select this. And I think I had a prompt which I can use for exactly this. And it's going to be comprehensive. So compare, transform the provided selfie into a polished professional headshot suitable for a website bio for a company that manages movie stars. Uh, the style should match the following. Uh, I can't do multi-line. unless I do triple. And this has to be like this. So multi-line strings in Swift is a little bit different than everything else. So neutral, soft background, uh, black and white. Subject should appear from waist or chest up, arms crossed or relaxed at the sides. Um, Subject is dressed in a smart suit, jacket, and white shirt or similar. Lighting is soft and even, highlighting facial features. Expression is confident, warm, trustworthy, and happy with a neutral smile. Let's see if it's actually adding teeth to people. Overall image should radiate trust, strong values, and confidence. And instructions, very important. Retain the subject's likeness, but apply the stylistic and emotional qualities. Center the subject, show no harsh shadows, and keep the look timeless and elegant. All right, I think that should be good. What I will do is go into the simulator and go to Google Images. Google Images. Oh, sorry. Random headshot. So random person face. Actually, let's just do a movie star. Let's just do Keanu Reeves, and we can take a photograph like this, and we can try and save this. How do I save this image? No, not like that. How do I go back in the browser? Okay, yeah, so funny. Is there no way for me to save this image? I can visit this. Right, save to photos. There you go. And now we can run this app, and hopefully I should see this photograph in this. I do. And then I can generate this AI edit. And I'm hoping that I'll see a transformed headshot. It's taking a while. I should also try that save, whether that save actually lets me save photographs into the gallery or not. Hopefully it should. Oh my God. This is the best one. And it crashed. Hmm. Okay, we can fix that. Let's commit this. So generate a new commit message. I think this is taking up commit. Perfect. So go back to the app one more time. Uh, edit image results view. When trying to tap on save, the app crashes. Instead, this should allow the user to save the photo to the photo gallery. Who would have known that O3 was actually the best model for all of this complicated multi API dealing and also working with local things? Okay. Ah, it seems that it needed permission, and that's why it's not able to do that. And I actually did not see the app has crashed because it attempted to access privacy sensitive data without a usage description, and it did go ahead and add that. Uh, it seems like I also had this. Let's just share this. Can you make sure this has also been fixed? So the Xcode did tell me that there was something wrong and this is why it crashed. Um, all right. Command Shift K, rebuild, build failed. It failed. I think it fixed the issue. Hmm. Is it? Is it that this file was added already? No, can't be. I can just go back. This is a new file, definitely. Go to warp, projects, wipe camera, GST. This is a new file. Okay, this is the new file which was added in, and this is the actual wipe camera, and that's why there's this confusion. Okay. Uh, 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 uh. In the Xcode Navigator, select the project, select this, select the target, build phases, and in the copy bundle resources, select this, delete, build again. All right, it did tell me how to fix it. Generate AI edits. Are we done? Are we really done? If only we can save the photo, then we'll be done. Let's quickly see how much this is costing us. So we go back here. Yeah, this is done. I'll delete this API key right after this. And I've used like 30 cents. And this is great. Go back here, save, and it crashed again. Actually, I can just go back in and add this myself. So ns photo library, add usage description key. Go back here, info plist. What did it edit? You know what? I'll just reset. Git checkout dot. So this takes me back to the previous one. And I'll also do rm wipe camera info.plist. Git dot git reset on head. And now we don't have any files. Read from disk. This is it. So we go back in here, we go to info, and we add a new key, which was this. I am using the app is using the camera roll to store the transformed images. Transformed images. Perfect. Let's try again. So we did not do any changes except for adding this in there. We have a headshot, generate AI edits. Please don't use this on dating profiles because it's unethical. But people are actually selling apps which do this exact same thing. It's super easy for you to do this yourself. You don't have to pay $20 a month to do this. You can figure out what the prompt is and you can generate an image for yourself. However, this is still lying. And yes, I understand most people do that on dating profiles. And yes, and I'm hoping that it saved everything. So I go home. And where's the Photos app? Photos app is here. And it did save it. It's right here. So that's it for today. I think Alex works, but there are still some quirks to it. If you know iOS development, it will definitely speed up things for you. It's not perfect, just like every other model right now. Cursor is not perfect. It gets you 90% of the way there, and I wouldn't have been able to do this this quickly. But I think there were some issues in the beginning when using Sonnet 4. There is value in using different models, trying different things out, sharing more information in the chat itself rather than asking for it to go search the web and then figure it out. That's essentially what it is. I think it's still sort of early. And if you think of it as a programming intern, then you will actually treat it like that. And that's the way to go. If you don't think that this is an intern and you assume that this is a pro programmer, you might not be able to make that much progress. But thank you for watching, and we'll dive into other applications and hardware in the next video. If you like what you see, please drop in a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.